Hello everyone, it's Caribbean E and Tina.
Hi.
Welcome to channel. Hope everybody's having a fantastic day, that you guys are in the best of health.
Yes, with health as always being most important. I'm going to squint a lot because the sun is really bright. What's the temperature today?
It's supposed to be almost 80 degrees today.
There you go, and the sun is in full bloom. But Mr. Sun is giving us a good topic today. You took a vacation, right?
Right.
Now you want to live here because it's so beautiful, even though right now we're talking about the Dominican Republic.
Right.
The pros and cons to where you thought was paradise during the vacation. Now it's reality because you want to relocate. What is those differences? Well, first off, the true cost of living there.
Right.
When you're on vacation, you're on your vacation budget, right? And sometimes we know that means no budget, or maybe more than you would normally spend. So insurance, monthly expenses, things like that are your true living expenses have to be taken into consideration. And on the pro side of that, since we're going pros and cons, in the DR, medical insurance, your favorite thing, and prescriptions are over half less than in the United States.
Right.
Monthly utility bills are half less in the DR, so that's, or sorry, third less in the DR, so that's awesome. And rent is over 1.5% cheaper in the DR than most USA states.
It makes a big difference too when you guys get to the DR and you see what you can have and how you can live if you handle your business right, because you can right now, you cannot do this in the United States. It's just out of the picture right now.
Right. Cost of living's going up.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
It's nuts.
So cons to that, because there's always a pro, there's always a con. If you've got to buy appliances, like we said in another video, furniture, I would call it upfront starting costs. They can be high. So you have to anticipate that height that you're going to spend in the beginning to live the life that you want, and some people don't take that into consideration. Also a con, the medical standards are different in the DR than in the United States, what we're used to, I would say.
Right.
And depending on what part of the country, sometimes not as good as USA standards when you get out towards like the mountainous areas, the very less populated big city. You know, in the big cities it's great because you have Santiago and Santo Domingo with big hospitals, but as you move out for that experience, you might not get that same medical standard that you're used to. Also, getting certain utilities and sometimes even signing for apartments, getting that started. As a foreigner, sometimes you're going to find that difficult. If you're not,
Dominican blood.
Yeah.
That's going to be a big time problem. We ran into that, but I'm glad that, you know,
the first year,
we was able to get that worked out, and we was able to get our business handled because we knew somebody. It's all about sometimes who you know.
And of course, the one thing that we always harp on, which is safety. Safety in the town, depending on where you're at sometimes, is something that can be a con. Police issues, panhandling, prostitution, and drugs. So that is something, the next topic that we're going to hit on, of course, because, you know, safety is a big thing. Let's talk pros and cons on all that, because I kind of looped in a lot into that safety in town. So pros, cities like Santiago and Santo Domingo have very well policed upper income neighborhoods that you can move into.
Right.
We lived in one. So what somebody may see when they're in a different part of town or in a different city, we weren't privy to that. We didn't see that because of where we live. There was always a police presence, and they were very respectable, and there's no way that they would have done any type of shakedown in that neighborhood because they knew the level of people, the type of people that live there. Security is always present whenever you're going to any stores. We're talking like gas stations, grocery stores, shoot, even the ice cream places. So there's not any random gun shootings like we see in the States where civilians are just out living their life and then all of a sudden they're gunned down. So you don't see that in the Dominican Republic because of that. So that's some of the pros.
And I love that pro, because gun violence, and we're going to be dealing with that too, in the United States have went through the roof.
Yes. So cons for that is police shakedowns of expats happen often.
Right.
I always say it's not if it's going to happen, it's when is it going to happen.
Absolutely.
And any place, and I mean any place, restaurants, between cars, especially in touristic areas, the beaches especially also have tons of panhandlers, either begging or trying to sell you everything under the sun. And you kind of feel bad because a lot of the beggars are handicapped or kids. They put those people out there that they know will pull on the heartstrings so that you guys can give money. Another con and pro issue that we have to talk about is weather. A lot of people don't think about that when they're on vacation because it's great weather when they're on vacation.
It's beautiful weather.
Right.
Yeah.
But there's things that can come into that on the pro side and on the con side. We're talking strong winds, rain, electrical problems.
Right.
So the pros is the DR really does have beautiful year-round temperatures. It's never really cold. There's no winter per se. I mean, it's a time when you don't need air conditioning, but you still get a great breeze. So to me, that's not winter. Where we lived, especially if you live up high, you guys know, great wind breezes. Like you don't have to use a lot of electricity if you live in certain areas. Not the low-lying, because low-lying gets a lot of heat. But if you live a little higher, you get that great breeze, less electricity. But on the con side, rainy season.
Right. And sometimes you can find your best vacation packages if you just come in and check out the country or just come on vacation.
Yeah.
When it's storm season, they'll give you your best packages, but they ain't gonna tell you that when they book that trip for you.
Right. So look into that and make sure you know, because the rainy season is about 7 months long in the DR. So it's a long time. It's over half the year. So you always have to watch out during that for the high winds, the severe storms. It causes damages. It causes your favorite thing, spotty power outages, and a lot of flooding of the streets.
Rolling blackouts. That's what I call it. Rolling blackouts. Well, all the power goes out, and if you're on a resort, the auxiliary power comes on. But when you off the resort, then you gotta wait a few seconds for your backup generator to kick in, so you can have your electricity again. Yeah.
So that might be something that you didn't see when you're on vacation, but now it is your reality because you live there. Another subject is citizenship. To be a citizen or not to be a citizen. Well, in the DR, the pros are that you can work if you have citizenship. You can get your driver's license because you have your cedula, and you get a tax break on shipping goods in. I didn't really think it was that great of a break, but whatever. A lot of people go for it and use it. The cons of that is, of course, overpriced DR lawyers. They are not. There's no continuity to the price. It's not like this is how much it costs and it's going to cost that much everywhere because it's a standard price. It can go from this to this for like no good reason, I think. So that's a huge one. And the whole process is slow. It is bogged down. They can make it difficult at times. And like I always say, citizenship's up to you. You could always just pay overstay fees, but that's just me. Keep the money. Right, keep the money, because if not, you're going to be paying them USA prices, and you know how things are in the US of A. Yes. So keep that in mind, hold on to that, and stay focused, and spend your money wisely. And always remember that true life doesn't always mirror that dream vacation. So, in the meantime, between the time, always remember that life is to be enjoyed. Yes, so as always, make sure to hit that subscribe, hit that notifications bell if you'd like to get notified videos like this. Always give all videos a thumbs up, because hitting that subscribe and hitting that thumbs up helps us change that algorithm so we can keep bringing you accurate, concise, and informative videos. And remember that all information is underneath every single video. So until next video, peace.